Julie and I were married 18 years ago last June.
Happiest day of our lives was when we got divorced last July.
We start in this pilot, we're sort of a few months out from Jim and Julia's divorce. Tell me a bit about sort of where Jim is at, how he's sort of adjusting to this new normal.
He's still comfortable being a dad, so he's really concentrated on doing that. But now that he's going to be a single person, it is a whole different world. And he's kind of lost his dating skills, actually. And at one point, we have an episode where Abigail's character, Julia, sets him up with a friend of hers. I think just like anticipating a soft landing sort of situation, but it does not go well.
I think also anticipating complete control over the situation.
Yes, that as well. That as well. But actually finding out Jim's got to reinvent his life. You know, we've and that's my pacemaker going on.
No.
I'm actually dying. Clear!
We gotta get your grades up. Dad said don't worry about it. I wasn't here to cover Dad's mouth when he said that.
Abigail, Julia, I feel like maybe is in the toughest spot here, trying to keep this family unit of hers intact. And on the other side of things, she's also trying to nurture this relatively new relationship. How is she sort of navigating this new reality?
Poorly.
Otherwise, we have no show.
Yeah,
right? If she handles it well.
Sadly for her, but you know, comically for all of us, she is the reason we're all here.
It's true.
You know, Jim and Julia are trying to really have this wonderful divorce for the kids, and they really are friends. And a twist, you know, Julia meets Trey, and it was unexpected, falls in love. And when you meet them in the pilot, they're engaged, and how it feels playing her is just constantly trying to keep it going, keep it together, and know that there is enough love for everyone. But yes, she's to blame.
That was our alternate title, was She's to blame.
We workshopped it, but some reason
didn't land
I
with
wish we had
people.
bought those t-shirts.
I don't know. I don't know what the problem was.
Hey, Trey Taylor, owner of the Boston Celtics.
You don't need to say that. I didn't say Jim Kearney, owner of a 2004 Honda Accord.
Donald, tell me a bit about Trey. How does he sort of view his role in this family? Is he taking more of like a passive wait and see approach, or is he just like diving headfirst in and embracing this?
He's both in a lot of ways. Trey wants the family to work, and he loves Julia more than anything, obviously. He loves her so much that he's willing to put up with her baggage. Which just so
Pretty
happens to be
Louis Vuitton.
It's luxe,
very
it's
nice.
luxury.
right. It's right. But it's still baggage. You know what I mean? It's still, you still got to check it at the airport. You know what I mean?
In the oversized section.
Right. And sometimes it costs just a little bit more money. You know?
Yeah.
So his love for her is what's brought him there, but his love for the family unit is what keeps him there eventually. He has no clue what he's getting into.
You're early.
He doesn't know if this is going to work or not, but he knows that his love is real. It does work, obviously, because, you know, we wouldn't have a show if it doesn't. I'm fired if it doesn't work.
But remind him.
Yeah, constantly. Donald, learn your lines, or that's it.
What's the update?
Things are good. Things are fine. They're not good. They're bad.
Now, Jon, this is your first sitcom since 2.5 Men. What was it about this particular script that sort of convinced you that you wanted to dive back into this world of multicams?
Michael Manley, as a writer, has this wonderfully breezy style, though, that actually has real complexity to it as well. And it demands a lot of the actors. So there's a certain amount of challenge there. He writes hyper-articulate characters. To try and do that in the sitcom format in front of an audience is really kind of thrilling. That's what I gravitated to. That, and I just loved that these people were still trying to make this family, that they were wildly different. You know, you got a character who's, you know, achieved financially and achieved all these things, you know, and then there's just an ordinary guy with the 2004 Honda Accord. And you have this incredibly accomplished woman. She was really carrying the weight financially, and my character was the dad, a lot more involved in the kids' lives. And that really, you know, you're just now getting.
I just realized you're Mr. Mom.
But it's really, I don't know. It was just, I love these characters. And the crazy thing was that this is very loosely based on the real owner of the Boston Celtics, he and his wife share an apartment with her ex-husband, and the kids stay there, and they go back and forth to their other apartments. There was something kind of fun and serendipitous about the whole thing.
And I think also this is what's happening in the world right now. People are doing this, and
There,
I feel
yeah.
like culturally, sitcom is a great mirror, or to be a little ahead of culture to normalize it, and also to kind of come into people's homes to give you examples of how to do it or think a little differently and
Yeah.
add humor and like, oh, I saw that. And I think that is so much a part of why I wanted to be a part of it too, was I wanted to help shift culture, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm a single mom, and for my son to be able to see, oh, there's a different way to do divorce, or for him to feel seen.
Jon, just a few days ago, I spoke to an old friend of yours, Chuck Lorre.
What were you doing talking to Chuck? How you guys are friends?
They were hanging out.
You were just so breezy about it. You know, the other
Chuck
day.
has a new show. Chuck has Bookie. That's why. He's
Bookie,
got a,
right.
yeah.
We were talking a bit about sort of the surreal nature of him reuniting with Charlie and with Angus on that pilot.
Eugene, it's on you.
50.
Call. Angus?
And 50.
Inevitably, I asked, what are the chances of seeing Jon pop up, maybe even with Charlie? I'm curious sort of what your feeling is about that, because Chuck, you know, his response was, you know, from your mouth to God's ears, I'd love to see this happen. How would you feel about that prospect?
I have loved working with Chuck, and when I did, I was on Kaminsky Method, actually. His new show really does sound like fun. That being said, I haven't spoken with Charlie in 7+ years, so I have no idea where he's at. So, you know, I don't close anything off. I loved working with those people when it was great. It was really great. You know, and I'm sad that it got super duper weird.
That is one way of putting it, yes.
Yes, but we all, you know, everybody, I think, comes from a place of forgiveness, hopefully, and you know, as I said, when the times were good, they were really, really good.
Well, we're putting it out in the air. Let's see if we can make this happen.
I would love for it to happen, especially on Extended Family. I'm just going to put it out there. I think
There we go.
that would make NBC and Lionsgate lose their shit, because I'd lose mine. How about the Mets?
Yeah, sweeps isn't really so much a thing anymore, but I think they'd bring sweeps back for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, November sweeps would be for real in effect again. You're absolutely right.
Nostalgia.
Remember
the
that?
nostalgia for sweeps.
November sweeps would be, that was for actors on shows, that would mean
No.
we had to work extra hours
Pressure.
because
Oh
we
my
needed
God.
extra
It's sweeps.
time. It's sweeps.
Your character has to have a baby,
Yeah.
even though they're male. You know, it's like whatever. Okay,
totally-
sure.
wow.
Why not? Sweeps week. Why not?
I remember. Wow, dude, that doesn't exist.
There was
anymore, I
no.
guess, yeah.
It doesn't. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.